Every year, hundreds of refugees from all over the world are relocated to America to escape war, violence, and prosecution. One of these places is Amarillo, Texas, where the Catholic Charities of the Texas Panhandle and the Refugee Services of Texas are working hard to help these individuals assimilate into our local communities.
It's opportunity. They don't know what they have in their heart. Their heart is like, wow, we have life now. We have life now.
The Catholic Charities of the Texas Panhandle offer many free services, including housing and financial assistance, employment and training, language classes, adjustment of status, counseling, and a lot more.
The family separated for more than 2 years while they were in and out of refugee camps.
Amarillo has seen a large number of refugees over the years, so
separation, devastation, and persistence are just a few of the words that Nage uses to describe her past.
It's just really, really exciting for them that they've finally gotten here.
How scary is it to come to another country, uproot your entire life, start over completely? I mean, talk about courage. And then on top of that, to face a health challenge.
As I'm telling you, I was born in Rwanda, and that's the country in Africa where I suffered with the genocide. And I was in my younger age at the time I faced that standing change of my life. In general, the whole life before coming to America, I think the life there was rough. It's just struggle daily, living like that, and then finally I came to America. Yeah.
People come from all over the world here. They want to make a better life.
Having lost family members led me to come to a foreign country alone and start over from zero, and at the same time learning how the life look like and getting along with many people or different people without any formula. So whoever was coming along with me, that's the person who was helping me to live. But when they look at me and say, but your English is different, I say, well, yeah, it's different because I was born somewhere else, but I end up here. This is my hometown.
Some of the things that I've seen include HIV, for one, hepatitis. We've seen several tuberculosis cases. There are a lot of nutritional deficiencies, anemia, quite a bit of that. I think especially in people who come here who haven't been here very long, we see a lot of untreated diabetes, a lot of hypertension, things that are less in control and require more intensive intervention. That's definitely an opportunity for the pharmacist to step in. And our software will actually allow us to set a default language in a patient's profile so that med guides and monographs and SIGs will print out in their native language, which I know is great. I use the CDC website a lot. It's great for vaccination resources that you can actually print VIS statements in any language, and that's super helpful, I know. I think the best thing to do really is just to keep it simple. Keep your sentences short, avoid medical jargon. The dreaded closed-ended question can actually be your ally here. There are a lot of great package inserts now that we see that have really useful pictures in there, so you can go over that with the patient. YouTube videos. We actually pulled up a YouTube video and we showed a patient how to use a metered dose inhaler, and I thought that was really handy. Nonverbal communication, right? The universal language is body language. And the number one thing with that is going to be empathy. You have to maintain an open posture, make good eye contact, listen, don't interrupt, use a caring tone. Accessibility can be a problem, and I think that's one of the hardest things for someone who's new to this country. I mean, insurance is confusing. There's PAs and deductibles and copays. One of the things that I'll do is if an insurance, for example, didn't pay for Symbicort and they preferred Dulera, I would just call the doctor and get it changed. Just keep it simple and streamline the process. We're seeing a lot of plans now that exclude PPIs, and so rather than fill it as an expensive prescription medication, I'll just walk them out to the digestion aisle and say, here's OTC Prilosec, here's how you take it, these are the side effects to watch out for. Another thing that I see is interruption of care. People who come here, especially who are new to this country, they don't have a regular doctor. You see a lot of gaps in preventative screenings and vaccinations and things like that. Those are things that pharmacists can definitely help with. Some cultures have taboos against mental health care, against women's health issues, and unfortunately even violence, particularly against women. There are a lot of medications out there that in other countries, and I have no idea what it is. For example, Luditec with glipizide. A patient asked me about that very recently. Unfortunately not available over the counter here in America, but it segued into a good conversation about diabetes care.
The life look like there and here is different. It's different, very different. You know, the system is different. The lifestyle is different. Back then, I didn't have any vision. Yeah, I remember when I get here, there was one of the kids asking me, "What was your dream?" I say, and I told the child, I didn't have a dream because I didn't know what to dream. Here in America, there are more opportunities. Over there, it's something like it's nightmares.
Growing up, we learn a little bit about the situation, but we don't do that good of a job all the time, just trying to be able to understand what y'all come from. Just the struggle that has to happen.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Right, exactly. And me working with the refugee and working with different people from all over the world, I do understand what they're going through.
I think, like a lot of people in the world now, I feel a lot of helplessness and frustration about all the stuff going on in the world right now. I mean, what can I do about that stuff? But I try and think, well, here's a person in front of me, and you know what I can do, I can try and help them, and I think that's what it's all about.